All right, what's up, guys? This is Bill Brower with FMBA Nation coming to you live from the ServPro Studios here in Rahway, New Jersey. I got a great guest with me today, a personal friend of mine, great guy of the fire service, and just doing a lot of great things for the men and women in the fire service, as well as other first responders. Robert Piparo from Local 217, New Brunswick. He's a lieutenant with the New Brunswick Fire Department, paramedic for 6 years, and he's the founder of 555 Fitness, which we all know and love. Pip, thanks for joining me. Appreciate the time you're taking to spend today with me on St. Patty's Day. And
Yeah, man.
yeah, looking forward to a nice conversation. We got a lot of stuff going on around the state of New Jersey. Want to talk about a lot of different things with you. But first, tell us a little bit about 555 Fitness. It's obviously, the heart and soul of you and your family. We follow you guys on Instagram. We see a lot of the great things you're doing as a family. And I gotta be honest. I mean, that's great stuff, what you guys do. Tell us a
Thank
little
you,
bit
man.
about 55 Fitness, what you guys do, and some things that you guys got going on.
For sure, man. And thanks for having me. It's funny. This has been we've been working on trying to get together to
Yeah.
make this happen. And
Yeah.
I've been trying to get up to the studio and pick a date and how this is going to work. And it takes takes a quarantine,
Quarantine.
a government issued quarantine to get us to do this show together. I
Right.
guess it's pretty sad though. In a way, it's really sad, but I'm happy. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so stoked to see, FMBA Nation growing on social media and as a podcast, because that's what we did with 555. And I guess that's what we're supposed to talk about. So it's like you go back 6 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm technically not the founder. April 29th, 6 years ago, a captain in Fort Worth, Texas, started 555 Fitness as a Facebook page.
Gotcha.
And what he wanted to do was he wanted to put out workouts that resembled what he liked to do, was CrossFit for firefighters. And he was basically saying, like, look, this is a strenuous job and we need to take care of ourselves. And there's not enough firefighters doing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was kind of led to him through a friend that was like, dude, you should check out this page. At the time, we were on year 2 of CrossFit for Jimmy D. So,
Mm-hmm.
the FMBA had a
Yep.
big part in the Jimmy D 5K,
Yep.
along with the Fallen Heroes 5K. And I had asked this stranger if he would share my event that I was doing here in New Jersey. And believe it or not, a few other firefighters did it around the country. And we
Wow.
were like, this is so cool. Like, and then, what's up, buddy? Hang on one second. I got a homeschooler here. Who's
It's
on a
all
break
good.
right now.
It's all good,
What's
man.
up? Just give a wave,
Hey,
man.
what's up, dude?
This
How
is
are
Declan.
you?
He wants to know how you are.
I'm good.
We're
Yeah.
doing good. All right. Hey, I'm gonna text your brother when you guys are up on the show. Okay.
Okay, but you have a toothpick.
I don't know if we have any toothpicks. I'm sorry. I don't think so, pal. Man, there's what else is going on these days, right? We're homeschooling. I've turned into a homeschool instructor.
I like it. Pip, Professor Pip, right?
Professor Pip, as one of my good buddies called me out yesterday. So
Nice.
listen, teachers that are out there, I give you all the credit in the world.
It's
Yes, buddy, you can. I give them all the credit. And listen, I love my kids. And you said on social media, I spend a lot of time with my kids.
yeah.
This is different though, being their teacher.
Right.
Like, if you're not doing it and you're listening to this, it's homework times 1,000. So,
Oh, yeah.
like, that's it.
Dude, one of my friends on social posted something. It was along the lines of day number 2 of quarantine and homeschooling. Son at number A has been suspended and son number B is expelled.
I saw one today. I'm requesting a transfer for my student. Like, who do I submit this to?
Right.
So, but that's life, man. That's what we're dealing with. So with 555 and the story I was telling, I started out as a big fan, and I started out doing the workouts, and I really liked them. And I found one of the problems with this captain's programming he was putting out was, like, I didn't have equipment in my firehouse.
Right.
We have a gym in our firehouse in New Brunswick where I work, but my station was built in 1924. I mean, there's no room for fitness equipment,
Yeah.
And I had mentioned this online to him, in like a typical New Jersey type fashion of, like, I can't do this, bro, like, really. And we started talking, and my wife calls it a bromance, but over some time, we kind of came up with this idea for 555 as a way to help firefighters by providing fitness equipment grants. And 5 years ago now, 5 years ago, 6 years, whatever it is, 5 or 6. I'm the worst with dates, but I started the Instagram page because I
Yeah.
just did body weight workouts,
Right.
and that was when Instagram was fairly new. Your picture mattered, your
Yep.
copy didn't really matter at the time, and
Right.
so we were just putting out body weight workouts every day, and the next thing you know, it just blew up like wild. And we're like, how do we raise money, right? How do we become a not-for-profit? You know,
Mm-hmm.
we had to get a lawyer, we had to do all that 501c3 paperwork. We partnered with some fitness equipment companies, and we were able to give out a $3,000 fitness equipment grant to a small fire department in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Nice.
And we're still friends with them today. You know, and you fast forward 6 years into this, you know, we're over $60,000 in equipment donated
That's crazy.
to fire departments around the country. You know, we've gone as far as Alaska. We did
Wow.
a sandbag, just sandbags, because shipping is a big thing with weights. In case you
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
And it's been this wild ride, but it's been an amazing ride. You know, and like you kind of said about me sharing things with my family and stuff, it's been awesome for all of us. And I have team members that help me with this that are in Texas, New York, Detroit, Ohio, Florida, California, North
Mhm.
Carolina, South Carolina. You know, we're firefighters from around the country, firefighters, paramedics, EMTs. We have one flight nurse, and we're just trying to make the fire service better, trying to make people healthier.
Yeah, I think you know, we first met at one of our conventions. I think it was you know, I think it was the one convention. I can't remember. It was February, September. You had done the workout in the morning, and
Yeah,
the workout in the afternoon. I want to say that was probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe now.
probably
Um,
about 4, and I think it was February
mhm.
because it was cold out. So I'm gonna go with February, but
Yeah, I think it was part of the health and safety convention, you know, at the time
yep.
before we kind of migrated it to a health, safety, and educational conference. But I think that was the first time we met, and you know, listening to your story then was just, you know, awe inspiring, and just you know, what you and your crew and your family and everyone that's been involved in this whole journey has been able to do is just you know, really motivational and inspiring, and you know, I'm excited. I see you guys came out with the app, and we'll get into that in a little bit and whatnot. But you know, there's a lot of great things coming out from you guys. And listen, at the end of the day, it's to the main goal, right? Is to bring more awareness in terms of fitness and health and safety, and save people's lives. Because at the end of the day, you know, what we do on a day-to-day basis when it comes to firefighting, when it comes to even, I mean, listen, break it down as far as physical movement. You know, we talked about a while ago being a tactical athlete, right?
Yep.
And it doesn't make a difference what you are, whether you're a firefighter, police officer, EMT, even the stressors of being in the dispatch room, you know, the mental and physical
Oh my
stressors
God.
of being in the dispatch room, you know, working out and staying fit and being healthy all contributes to a positive and healthy lifestyle. And that ultimately boils down to saving people's lives by means of providing them with the tools and resources and the motivation to stay fit, stay healthy, keep themselves, you know, first and foremost in their lives, and maintaining that, you know, proper balance. So,
And that is such a huge part of it. What you just said, they're all combined. But that key at the end is that motivation.
mhm,
And with 555 Fitness, you know, we started out kind of like, you know, let's bro out and do workouts. Like, and we're going to do workouts. We're going to put out what we like to do and see who else likes it.
mhm,
And we're still doing that. We're still putting out workouts all the time, which is our basis. But the things that we've really gotten into talking about is motivating people to do this, giving them their reasons why, and taking away excuses.
mhm.
You know, and I don't even want to call them excuses anymore because I've been doing this so long. Like I've heard every excuse in the book. It's like breaking down barriers. And at that first convention, we did, and I was still pretty new at doing these things, like workouts with groups and things, or firefighters at conventions. I'd done a few and was learning things. But, you know, we were going to do an afternoon workout. And the session, the convention session, I want to say was going to end at 4 o'clock.
Mhm.
And we had a workout scheduled like right across the hotel at 4:30.
Right.
And I think I had about 34 names signed up for this workout. And these were people that were like gung ho. Like this was like, hey, I'm going to sign this form. I'm going to show up. We were maybe laying down some challenges to folks as they were walking by, and
Right.
firefighters like, oh, I'll do more than you. And see, what happened that day was, for some reason, I think one of the speakers canceled.
Okay.
And the convention, the session ended at 3 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock. And so now you had 90 minutes
Yep.
between convention ending, workout with 555.
Right.
And let's just, right? Our members are listening to this, so I'm not going to pull punches here.
Extracurricular activities.
90 minutes in Atlantic City.
Right.
You have to walk through the casino to go to wherever you're going to that day. And, we had about 9 people show up for that workout. And it was still awesome. I'm not going to say we had a great time, but you think about that, right? That was just 90 minutes that, you could have ended up gambling at a bar, at a restaurant, maybe even went to take a nap.
Eating White House subs in your room.
Eating White House subs in your room alone, watching the internet. I don't know what you were doing. I know I was getting ready to work out. But you think about that, right? And that's like a barrier to fitness. And I think with 555, that's what we've tried to educate people on the most, is let's take away the barriers. You don't have equipment, dude, I will own you in a body weight workout. We'll put it out there every day. You only have firehouse equipment. Take your old hose and turn that into some kind of a weight. You have to work. You have your kids are home from school with you every day. My kids are out here working out with us. That's our PE class in Professor Pipland.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've been able to do a really good job for emergency services providers and beyond in breaking down those barriers and showing people you don't need 30 treadmills and a line at a gym. You can do the same thing in your house,
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sure.
I mean, we talked about you guys just had an application period, a grant application period open. I know it's closed now, but talk a little bit about that. You're talking about some of the equipment that you guys have been able to provide to departments. If a department is looking for equipment and that kind of stuff, what's the process? Run us through that,
Sure.
process for me.
Sure. So it's unique because we call it a grant. Just because I don't think we knew what to call it when we decided this thing. People get grants, so we'll call it a grant. And I guess that word gets a little confusing because usually grants are provided by the federal government, at least in the fire service. That's mostly how they work. We're a private grant, and we try to explain that, but it's very hard. And a lot of times grants give you money, and then you go buy whatever you want. And we are not that type of grant either. We partner with fitness equipment companies who support our mission and who support the emergency services. We use money that we raise to purchase that equipment from those specific companies to then provide to our grant winners. And over 6 years, we've worked with a lot of different companies. Obviously some companies close, some transfer ownerships, and some are just like, we don't want to do this with you anymore.
Yeah.
So each year the grant has changed a little bit, or each time we've given it out, it's changed a little bit. But what we try to do is give a package of fitness equipment that will allow a station to work out together in a very limited space with limited equipment. So you're not getting, some big contraption with cables, Smith machine or anything like per se that, something if you have a small footprint you can fit in, because I thought about my station. We have some stuff in a small footprint, so we don't want to expand too much. And we also want that equipment to be able to be used by everybody. So we try to keep it really versatile in what we're giving so that, if you don't like one thing, but you like something else, we give a little bit for everybody so they can use it all together. So this year, I'm really proud to announce it's our best year yet. We're giving away 3 different grants. The first application period just closed, but you have 2 more opportunities to apply. And normally our grants were ranging between like $3,000 and $3,500 worth of equipment. Thanks to some awesome equipment sponsors, this year you're going to get $11,000 worth of training, not just equipment, but now training and equipment.
That's
in
awesome.
Each grant.
That's awesome.
It was really cool to have these partners really step up and say, we support this and we really want to get behind it. So that equipment to the winning department, will handle mailing it to them. You know what I mean? And we're going to try to get to these departments this year. We've been able to get to a few in the past, but this year with such a big award, we want to get a few people there, help you set up the equipment, and then just kind of make a big day out of it. Because I think people, emergency services providers, particularly, they're afraid of fitness in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like they're scared to do it, but it's that, to compare it in a fire service term, it's throwing a ladder.
Yeah.
I'm a lieutenant on an engine company, and let's face the facts. If I throw a ladder at a fire, maybe once a year, and that may be a maybe, so when it comes to, hey, we're going to do ladder training today, maybe I'm a little reluctant to try to pick up that ladder by
You're
myself.
out of your comfort zone, right? It's all about comfort zone. Mm-hmm.
And I haven't done it. I'm one of the bosses, and it's just something we don't really do. It's just not in the realm. So we think about it that way in fitness equipment too. Sometimes people don't want to approach it. They look at a kettlebell and they're like, what is this weird thing? I've never seen it before. Like, what do I do? And I'm looking at my kettlebells in my gym as I'm saying. But, you look at this thing and you're like, pop it back. They're like, what is this crazy Russian thing with horns on it? That I see people swing around. They call it a kettleball, everybody,
Yeah.
And if you give me 3 minutes, I could show you something anybody could do with that.
Mm-hmm.
So we make it more approachable. And when it comes to the grant, all that equipment is very approachable. So we have an application that you have to fill out.
Mm-hmm.
We ask, demographics about your department, how many members, runs per year. We do ask budgetary questions.
Sure.
Because, let's face it, if you have a very big budget and no fitness equipment, you kind of, maybe you can fix that in a different way,
Yep.
We ask for pictures
Mm-hmm.
of your fitness equipment that you have now. And I mean, we've seen things. We saw one a few years ago that they were using stacks of Gatorade cases.
Right.
When they were bench pressing, they were putting the weight down on the stacks of the Gatorade cases.
Hey, whatever works,
Fire ingenuity right there.
They're making an effort. I mean, that's
it. Yep.
End of the day, they might not have the equipment, but they're making an effort. So.
And that's what part of winning a 555 grant is.
Mm-hmm.
We have some essays in there, and it's really, what are you doing now for fitness, and how will this equipment enhance that?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing we don't want to hear is, with this equipment, we will begin.
Right.
Because you don't need this equipment to do anything.
No.
You can do it all with what you have in front of you. We're just trying to enhance what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Also on the application, there is a waiver that we ask to be filled out, just basically because it's a litigious society.
Sure.
And we need to make sure that, for somehow you can't sue me for giving you free equipment.
Right.
Take me and the mini pips home away from us because I gave you an assault knife. Like,
it's crazy to even think that, but you're 100% right. In this day and age, I mean, it's wild. It's like the Wild West, man. There's people that are looking for something, and they'll do whatever they can to get it any which way they can. So
it is, and it's sad that some of these departments, legal, like the city, they give it to their legal department for the
mm-hmm.
city, and some of the questions that we get back, first off, I'm like, fireman, not like what, like
not
I'm
lawyer.
Googling words. Yeah, I'm Googling words. I'm like, what is this? And the sad part about it is we got this a few times this round, and it's a little disheartening for these departments, but I don't even think that the legal department looks up what 555 is.
Mm-hmm.
They just come back with straight, like, no, you can't do this because of this.
Right.
And, you hear things like, no, you can't get fitness equipment. What if you get hurt on that? We have one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, and we're worried about getting hurt on fitness equipment inside a fire station.
Right. How about the preventative aspect of it, and the amount of dollars you're saving the township and workman's comp claims because you're giving people the tools and resources to stay fit on the job. So they don't think about that aspect of it, though,
and that's something too that, we're learning. 6 years ago, if you had said that to someone, they'd be like, no, what are you talking about? Like, that's craziness. And now, fast forward 6 years later, those numbers are proven.
Mm-hmm.
With one of our partners, O2X Human Performance worked with the Boston Fire Department, and proved through a health and wellness program a reduction in sick time
mm-hmm.
and a reduction in on-the-job injuries.
Yeah,
and that alone is clutch. And
it's huge.
To think that two firefighters with a Facebook page and an Instagram page could talk about that 6 years later and kind of say we're a little part of it is unreal.
Right.
So there's a waiver end of it, the pictures. And then
Hey guys, Bill Brower here with FMBA Nation. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about ServPro of Central Union County and Western Essex County. These guys are a trusted leader in the restoration industry. They provide 24-hour residential commercial services with highly trained restoration technicians. They're a locally owned and operated business, and they're dedicated to being faster to any size disaster with the training, equipment, and expertise to handle your restoration and cleaning needs. Some of the things that they cover are water damage restoration, fire damage restoration, mold remediation, storm damage restoration, cleaning services, and building services, to name a few. These guys understand the stress and worry that comes with a fire or water damage and the disruption it causes to your life and home or business, and their goal is to help minimize the interruption to your life and quickly make it like it never even happened. Our friends over there, Carl Spinner and Bob Morrison. Carl has over 25 years of experience in the industry. Bob Morrison has over 35 years of service industry sales experience. So don't hesitate to give them a call. You can reach them at 908 233 7070.
Submit. And what happens, and people need to hear this end of it too, and we have no problem saying it. What happens is we pick some favorites. So the staff at 555 who puts in the work year round, we pick a few favorites. Then we wipe all the demographics off. So name and location is all gone, and we pass it over to an independent panel of judges, and they vote on those applications, and that's how we pick our winner.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody has a chance. It's the easiest thing. Is the only way you don't have a chance is if you don't submit
Right.
an application.
Yeah.
And we've grown too from not just fire departments, but now we've given a grant award to an EMS station. We've given a grant award to a police department. Our last grant went to a police department in Auburn. And they're open up to all. So I say anything. You mentioned dispatchers before. We've had dispatchers apply now, like
Good.
a dispatch center.
Yeah.
And I think one of the coolest things is, when you get something, let's say a dispatch center. I remember one of the apps that got pretty far actually was it was at a dispatch center, but police, fire, and EMS would all be able to go there and use the equipment. So something like that is just like a public safety department type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Are you at liberty to say, are you allowed to talk about some of the sponsors and the people that you work with and on the equipment side of things, or is that kind of,
Sure.
yeah?
I'm the boss, man. I can do what I want, bro. I'm the one who sets those rules, the disclosure clauses.
Well, no. So tell us some of the, some of the equipment that you're going to be giving out during this grant application. Tell us a little bit about some of those companies, maybe some of the equipments, maybe that you are, the equipment pieces that are being given out as part of the grant process, and maybe touch on a little bit about that training aspect of it as well. Because I know you guys.
Sure.
We'll touch on the app in a minute, but I know you guys have the 555 Fitness app and whatnot. I don't know if that's part of it, but go into that a little bit.
For sure, man. Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, that's my favorite part, right? Is because I get to work in the fitness industry too, which is a whole different ball of wax than being a firefighter.
Yeah.
And I've made some amazing friends in that industry. And I've also seen some things that I'm like, whoa, this is some cutthroat business right here going on. Like, I mean, it is. It's interesting, but
yeah.
Some of these partners that we work with, one of the original ones is Assault Fitness, the air assault bike. I should have wheeled mine into the picture. It's on the other side of my garage gym, but that assault bike, anybody can ride it, right? There's no really moving parts. It's a chain driven bike and you are the motor. So we give that out as our cardio piece of equipment, because people always ask about treadmills. And the thing about a treadmill is the treadmill has a motor on it. And you stick a firefighter on something with a motor on it, day in and day out.
We break it.
Done.
Dishwashers,
broken, right?
Treadmills, anything. We break them.
broke, right? And who's going to fix your treadmill? No one.
No.
We can't. We're lucky we could get our door handles fixed. I mean, I don't know if you have any vice grips holding on to window cranks in your department.
Yeah, we in the apparatus. Yep, we got that.
Yeah. So you think about that, and you think about a treadmill, and you're like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, we had someone. People now come to me for advice on what they should get in their firehouse gym, and someone sent me the list, and there were 5 treadmills on it. And I said, how many guys work in your station? And they're like 8. I was like, so 5 people are going to be wanting to go on a treadmill at the same time? Like, are you running like sprints, like in a line, like Usain Bolt?
They're training for the relay race.
Yeah, like
One right in front of the
one
other.
breaks. Yeah, and you just go right and hand the baton where it's gonna break. Where with the assault bike there is no motor.
Right.
The only maintenance is really a little bit of oil on the chain and batteries. So assault
That's
has
pretty
been
cool.
awesome with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's called the Devil's Tricycle for a reason. So
Mhm.
you could really get your heart rate up rapidly on it
Gotcha.
without any problems.
Wow.
So you get an assault bike. You get huge this year is a company called Beaver Fit. They were originally started as a European company by an ex Special Forces member there. They are giving us something called their tactical gym box. And it's essentially, if you think almost like a coffin on wheels,
Mhm.
that coffin stores all the equipment and then
Okay.
it turns into a squat rack, a pull up bar,
Really?
a place to do bench press. It has a folding barbell, so that folds into it.
Huh.
Kettlebells, ab mats, jump ropes are in there. It's stockpiled with over $6,500 worth of equipment in this little
That's
box,
pretty cool. Yeah.
and you can take it and wheel it away. So think about again your small firehouse. You wheel this thing out. You set it up, and the instructions say 1 man 10 minutes. I haven't gotten to set it up on my own yet, but you can set it up pretty
Get the
quick.
stopwatch out. Yep.
Get it going, and then you work out and you put it away. And you
Yeah.
think about the summer, you can wheel it outside onto the apparatus bay,
Yeah.
and hit your workout there in the backyard of a firehouse. So Beaver Fit was huge with that one. We've been a longtime partner with Brute Force Sandbags. And you see me work out
Yep.
with sandbags
Mhm.
forever, and I love sandbags. You know what I mean? It's
Very
odd
versatile
object
piece of
training.
equipment. Yep.
Yep. Versatile, safe. When you talk about that whole, like, oh, danger factor of working out, I drop this 35-pound kettlebell on my foot, that turns
JI.
into Dr. Summeroff right
Right.
there, right? You're
Yep.
out. Take a 50-pound sandbag. I can get it and throw it on my foot right now, and I'm good to go.
Mhm.
So you get an assortment of Brute Force sandbags. Hold on, I'm looking at my little list here because I hate forgetting things. I want to go in a bit of order. And then we talk about, again, starting 555 with some bros that like to work out. Now we talk about maintenance and recovery type stuff,
Mhm.
where we're stretching. So you get a whole crossover symmetry system, which is a set of bands that
Mhm.
you can either mount to the wall, you can mount it to an apparatus and remove it, you can put it on the TGB, and you do different shoulder stretches with it.
Gotcha.
For your upper body, you get some
Mhm.
hip halos for your lower body. And I bring my set to work a decent amount. And one of my guys had shoulder surgery.
Mhm.
And I was warming up with him one day, and he's like, "Man, that's what they've been making me do at rehab."
Yeah.
He's like, "Why are you doing it?" And I'm like, "To stay out of rehab."
So I don't go into rehab.
Exactly. Like,
Sounds
so
like
I
an
don't
Amy
need.
Winehouse song.
You can pay for the rights to that, and you can
Right. I might have to edit
finish
that
the
part
podcast
out.
with that.
Yeah.
But that's it, right? That's why we need to do these maintenance things,
Mhm.
so we don't have to go have shoulder surgery. You use that buzzword tactical athlete, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, be a tactical athlete, like a real athlete. They spend their day not just lifting weights and growing out, but stretching,
Right.
doing maintenance, mobility work. I mean, the mobility work you can do with crossover symmetry is unbelievable. I warm up every day with a shoulder warm up, and my shoulders have never felt better. And it's something that, here's the fitness guy, right? Like,
Mhm.
I'm the fitness guy, and I didn't start doing mobility work like that until about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Not to digress or get off base a little bit, but I know Fred Moore from Steel Mace Nation, and we had him
yeah,
on not
man.
that long ago. I know we were talking about some things about doing some collaboration work with you guys, and he was talking about the Steel Mace as one of those tools in the gym or tools working out for your back and your shoulders. I mean, I know it's an all-inclusive, all-body type of workout, but he was talking similarly like you're talking about these bands with the steel mace and the type of tool that is too. So that's it's pretty cool to hear guys within our association that are really into the fitness world, coming up with and finding new tools that maybe somebody that just goes to the gym and works out has never seen or never used before, and how much functionality it has and how many benefits there are to using these tools specific to our job and the movements that our bodies have to use and that kind of stuff.
Totally. I've worked out with Fred with the steel maces, and you hurt in places you didn't know you had to hurt because of the amount of stability you need when you're holding that. The way
Yeah.
it's weighted, you
Mhm.
have to stabilize and use muscles that, excuse me, we would use without even knowing it in a fire. You're not
Mhm.
even no idea that you're using muscles in your shoulder, but that mace is stretching them, and that mace is allowing you to, and I'm doing it here, like all the different moves we did.
Right.
And it was so cool. And then in the workout we did together, then we incorporated some of that with like traditional strength and conditioning type stuff. And by the time we were done, I'm like, bro, I'm good. Like I'm good. We don't need to do this anymore. Like, but I'm excited. I hope we do get to finally get some collaboration going with you guys. And that I think that mobility end is a really big thing for firefighters. And you're seeing now all over the internet is firefighter yoga this, firefighter yoga that. I know for a fact there's 2 FMBA locals more up in your area that go to yoga studios on duty. That the city's contracted to allow them to go there and take classes, or they had special classes. They've done a lot because stretching is, I do it every day. Every night
I got to speak to their negotiations committee and try and get that in my contract. That's
it'd be nice to go to yoga, right?
Right. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But that's again a huge change in the fire service over 6 years ago, and you have guys thinking about that now, saying like, man, maybe this is important,
Yeah.
So you get the crossover symmetry. You get another new partner for us this year is this bad boy right here.
Oh, I've seen those things. Gun. Yeah.
I mean, where you're just literally. My kids use this more than I do. Like they're like coming home from jujitsu, and my son's like, oh, my shoulders. I'm like, you're 9. Your shoulders shouldn't hurt you. But he's like, hit my back, Dad. Hit my back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't get a massage until I was like, I don't know, 26 years old or something. I don't even know what year it was. But these guys they're killing each other. But you're gonna get 2 of these for the station. I bring this thing to work with me some days.
That's pretty cool.
Like I think back to Hurricane Sandy and like how, I don't know, on hour whatever it was, 28, if I could have just been sitting there like, thank you so much. And just leave. So you're getting one of these. You see me, I'm sneaking in some Fit Aid here.
Yeah. What is that?
Fit Aid it's a carbonated, healthier drink. Fit Aid is more about recovery. It has glutamine, glucosamine, green tea extract, turmeric, all kinds of good healthy things for you in this. They've been a sponsor of 555 again since the beginning too. And we normally gave away a case of just Fit Aid.
Yeah.
But Life Aid Beverage Company, I think, has 8 different SKUs now. They have a focus aid. They have a recovery aid.
Right.
They have a golfer aid. This year, they really stepped up the game. The winners are going to get 1 case of every flavor.
Wow.
Except for their CBD blend.
Gotcha.
We thought it may be better to leave the CBD blend out. At least
leave that out for now till we can get some more clarification on that stuff.
But when you think about things like this, and you see firefighters, definitely the soda machine is popular in the firehouse still. I'm fairly certain there's no beer cans in the soda machines anymore as there were in the past. But that soda end of it, soda's a killer. There's the amount of sugar you look at in a soda. This type of stuff it's carbonated, so it gives me that soda feeling almost. And it's not a monster, it's not loaded with sugars either or something along those lines.
Right.
So I see more of the younger guys gravitating towards drinks like this.
Yeah.
Than soda, or plain and simple too, which is on the other side of me, is just water.
Yeah.
Like we crush water in my shift. Like I'm so happy to watch guys, because people will be like, I could remember going back in the fire service, like, I'll rehydrate after a fire. And I'm like, that's not how it works. No. Like you need to be pre-hydrated,
right? Like
before the fire happens, so then you can rehydrate. If you're not pre-hydrated and the fire happens, it's not happening. You may as well start an IV.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, that's all those things that you're talking about, all those companies that have these awesome products. I mean, to be able to bundle that all together and to really come up with a complete package is just, I mean, it's mind-boggling, like how you guys are able to do it, and it's really cool to see, departments benefiting from that, and at the end of the day, you guys got to be super proud about how you're positively affecting other people's lives in that capacity, So it's really cool to see you guys do that.
It's the coolest thing ever. It is the best. I say this, and I'll say it to the end. 555 has given me so much more than I've given to it. And I speak for everyone on the team that's involved in this and has been involved in this, that like being able to push the mission forward, mission-based, not-for-profit is what I say all the time. And we have a mission, and it's just to make the fire service a better place, or the entire emergency service.
Yeah.
I have a huge problem saying that still. We've been doing
Yeah.
police, fire, and EMS now for over a year. I don't know if it's my, like I'm happy I didn't become a cop, so I only talk about the fire service thing.
Right.
But it's really all of us together. And I think what we're facing right now with COVID-19, that
Yeah.
one team philosophy. I see this meme going around that it's like, oh, look, now police and fire are staging till EMS says the scene is safe.
Yeah.
And all right, come on, we can laugh at that because we understand where it comes from.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, used to be a paramedic. You guys go first. We'll stand back
Yep.
here, man. Let me know. I'll toss you a mask if I have to, and then I'll put mine on out here.
Yeah. It's crazy. Let's jump into that a little bit. In my department, we've actually changed some of our operating procedures, that kind of stuff to limit exposure. And I'm sure there's a lot of other departments doing that. Let's talk about the fitness side of things. Obviously, Governor Murphy yesterday came out with some serious limitations to small businesses. Gyms have been affected. There's a lot of people at home now with their kids because their kids are not going to school. I mean, that's probably the entire state of New Jersey now, but give us a little bit of insight, like what can we be doing? Obviously, our world relies on maybe equipment and things like that we may or may not have, but you talked about it before. I mean, you were doing simple body weight exercises. What are some of the things that people, can be doing either at home or at the station if they can't go to the gym, if maybe they don't have the proper type of equipment? You guys have the 555 fitness app that you have available to use as a tool. Tell us a little bit about that app and maybe some things that people can be mindful of and doing while they're quarantined or while they're at home or wherever.
It's so horrible to say that. Like, it just sounds so bad. You're
right?
like, while you're quarantined, like you think of.
I feel like we're in the movie Outbreak. Yeah.
Outbreak. Yeah, like
or
Dustin Hoffman.
E.T.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Like, but you're right. So people's gyms are closed, right? And like, for some people, that was their therapy. I mean, look, my garage gym, we can do a quick tour. I'll move the computer, but it's pretty well set up. I've been working out here for 2 years now. I'm pretty good to go with it. But this is my therapy. And I understand that people going to the gym, that's their therapy. And now, if you're in New Jersey, that's not going to happen anymore. So you need to somehow figure out how to do it at home. Some of the cool things that I have seen, though, is smaller gyms renting out equipment or loaning out equipment, almost like a library type thing. If you need that at home. So definitely, if you're looking to try to get some equipment, there's a way to do it where you can get simple stuff like a few dumbbells, or a few kettlebells, if that's something you're into. When it comes to this quarantine state, though, I think we are a little lucky in the fact here in New Jersey, at least, the weather's starting to break. Yeah. So get outside. You know what I mean? Like, get outside, and you may not like to run, then walk. You know what I mean? I have people that say, "Oh, I'm not a runner. Can you walk?" Yeah. Guess what? Walking a mile is just as good as running a mile.
Can you walk? No. Well, then maybe you.
You can really walk.
We got problems.
Like, I bet you can walk. I bet you can walk. Right? It's gonna be. There may be a little background noise here. I got some noise going on in the home gym.
That's all right.
But get outside and walk. Get outside and throw a football around. I think people in our society have this thought of fitness that it has to be, I go to the gym for an hour a day. I walk on a treadmill, then I do this with my biceps, and I do these for my triceps, and then I leave. But you can do so much more with just your body weight. Squats, push-ups, jumping jacks, seal jacks, lunges. The internet, your phone, which I'm holding up now, is a wealth of great information when it comes to fitness. You can type in body weight exercises and go to images, and you will get literally thousands of small workouts that you can do at home. And with my kids, I do a lot of them like that because, I don't want my kids swinging weight around or anything like that. They use the sandbags, but they do a lot of the body weight stuff with us. And they love it. So 15 to 20 minutes a day, small stretch, hit a body weight workout. You mentioned the 555 fitness app.
Yeah.
Every day we provide at least 2 workouts, 1 body weight and 1 honor WOD. The honor WODs all have equipment in them. So if we're talking body weight, just use that one.
For those that don't know what that means, can you tell us what honor WOD means?
So our initial founder, the captain from Texas, made 343 honor WODs for the firefighters we lost on 9/11. So in the CrossFit community, they have hero WODs for service members who've given their lives. And those are very challenging workouts.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is that it's super hard because you're honoring someone who's passed away.
Sure.
And so he was able to make, I like to say I made about 43 of them, and he made about 300 of them.
Yeah.
So he worked really hard to make those, and some of them are so challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even attempt them, let's say, just because I'm like, nope, not this one, not this day. But so that's what the honor wads are.
Yep.
We also put them out on our social media channels. So we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. The app though gives you actual instruction.
Okay.
So say you don't know, we have air squat listed as a move, and you're like, what in the world is an air squat? There's a little video clip on the app.
That's cool.
Actually showing you an air squat. Yeah, we were able to start this app with an app company, man, about 3.5 years ago we've been running. And now there's loads of fitness apps out there, but one thing that separates ours from all the other ones is it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Free 99. And it's not just for firefighters. You know, I think one of the early compliments that I got that I thought was one of the coolest was somebody was like, dude, I'm a traveling salesman. And I go to hotel gyms all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And your app lets me work out when I don't know what to do.
That's pretty awesome.
So those will always be there. We're actually launching something today. Let's see what time it is. Nope. In about 45 minutes.
Nice.
I just happen to know that time exactly, right? From now, even though no one's going to know, but on Tuesdays, we're going to do Teamwork Tuesdays with our friends at Street Parking. Street Parking is another great resource of a garage gym community. I do all their programming for my own self personally, but it's basically a team workout. So if you're in the station with a bunch of people, this workout is set up so you can do it as a team. Obviously, keep your 6 foot social distancing from your teammate right now while we're working out
together. Don't cough on them. Don't sneeze on them.
Don't cough on them. Don't sneeze on them. Maybe if you don't really know them that well, go ahead and wipe down the equipment in between workouts there.
Right.
But, Team WOD Tuesday is going to be really exciting because one thing that I like about the Firehouse is when you can work out together, the camaraderie, that team within the team type stuff.
Yeah.
So those are going to be new. What else do we got? And social media, we're going to keep trying to post stuff on social media, because trust me, there's going to be ideas, you know what I mean? Like people, the creativity of, I know the 555 staff and everybody else, we're even doing that. We're taking people workouts that they tag us in and we're putting them out to share them because they're doing something that you never thought of.
Right.
Why not share it? Why not do it as a group?
Yeah.
So those are some big things for us.
That's awesome. Before we wrap up, touch on that. I know you guys, you posted on that on Instagram about that street parking a couple of times. Give us a little bit more insight. What is that exactly? So it's another app, or is it another organization? Like touch on that a little bit.
How about that? It's everything. No. So Street Parking is a company based out of the Pacific Northwest by a husband and wife who were former elite CrossFit athletes who decided to start a home training business.
Okay.
And they wanted to do it online. They've since grown that into 20,000 members.
Wow.
And the cost is very low. I think it comes down to about $20 a month. And you're provided with multiple workouts each day that you can do in your home. And then they have an online community of 20,000 people. We have a specific one for firefighters and EMS, that we talk about our own struggles. And they have an app. Well, it's not technically an app, but they use an online training platform. They have private members groups. So it's the same thing as the 555 app. They show you all the moves. They go way more in depth with scaling. So when we talk about scaling is you may not be able to do a back squat with weight on your back. So they're showing you options for that back squat. They have every day they release a workout, one with dumbbells, one with a barbell, one usually with a sandbag, and one that's mostly body weight.
Gotcha.
And it's all different fitness levels. So if you're an elite level CrossFitter, you can do it. If you are a first day starting out, I've never worked out since high school PE.
Right.
You're in that group. So it's pretty cool. They're doing an awesome, obviously with everyone staying at home, they're doing an awesome sale right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact numbers, but we have it on our social media. Definitely check out Street Parking. It's an amazing community. Like
that's cool.
I can say nothing higher about them, and I'm a part of what they're doing, but I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, listen, I don't want to take too much time away from you with the family, with the Professor Pip classes going on. I know yeah.
PE is coming up, man, because it is St. Patrick's Day. I want to crack open the Guinness.
Nice.
So we got to get through PE class before we can get ready for the Murphys concert tonight. I'm tailgating a concert on my deck.
That's
gonna
awesome.
go on my
I
TV
think I might
tonight.
do the same because I'm a big Dropkick Murphys fan myself, and I think we're going to do the same at my house. Put the kids down maybe a little early, and then go hang outside. The weather's supposed to be nice, so.
Come on, let the kids go. They're not going. Come on, it's like party on tonight.
Yeah, no, maybe. Well, they stayed up pretty late last night, so we'll see. If somebody wanted to get in touch with you, they wanted to follow 555, give us the handles, give us the social stuff and other contact information you want to share with us that people can get in touch with you, grant applications, that kind of stuff. Where can we go get that stuff?
For sure. So 555fitness.org has all your 555 related information on it. We have all the info about the grant, when the application's open. We also have some programs on there. So people looking for specific fitness programs that members have written over the years, and we have on there again as a free resource. The best place to follow 555 is definitely Instagram. Okay. It's just 555 Fitness. We are on Facebook as well. However, just Facebook algorithms are very different than Instagram algorithms. And you'll be able to see more of what 555 does on Instagram.
Gotcha.
You can contact us, from the website. We have email addresses on there, direct message on Instagram, direct message on Facebook. We answer all those. And any question, people are always like, oh, I don't know if I should ask this. If we don't have the answer, we'll get you to someone who probably does, even when they ask about equipment or things like that, and where to purchase equipment. We do have a lot of departments that do have a fitness budget, and people are like, we want to support someone that supports you. So, we're able to turn them over. And two, just because I didn't name a company in the grant doesn't mean we don't work with them. We do some mini grants here and there. Companies support us in other ways. I had mentioned O2X Human Performance. The winner of this year's grant is going to get 2 seats in their class.
That's pretty cool.
A week-long class from O2X is a $2,500 value a seat, right?
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Right, and they're going to give 2 seats away to that. So it's pretty cool to have companies like that. So you can reach out to us anyway that way. And then me, probably the best way to follow me is on Instagram at 555pip. That's where you get to see my crazy life and my crazy kids and all that fun stuff. And then, I don't know, can I on a podcast, can you talk about your own podcast?
No, I wanted to plug that too. So, I was actually going to get there after the app. I wanted to find out, the app's available in iTunes Store, Google Play as well.
And iTunes.
Okay. And how do people search for that?
Just 555 Fitness. It'll come up. You'll see every time you log in, you will see my smiling face because somehow I got to be the login screen.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how many people do the workouts each day because I get to see the back end of it.
Yeah.
And with the app, you can actually log it on a leaderboard, and there's people competing with each other. We've had firehouses compete with other firehouses on a certain workout that they're like, we're coming after you today, San Diego, on our social media. And the next thing you know, you see like the app spiking with different scores. And so it's pretty cool to see things like that.
That's pretty awesome. So let's talk about this. So you got your own podcast. You got a couple podcasts now, right? Is one or two, or you're still working on one? The other one's still.
So I have my own, which is called The Size Up.
Yep.
And then we're kind of partnered in there with National Fire Radio and Rush the Bus.
Rush the Bus, right? Yep.
Yeah. So
I knew The Size Up. The Size Up was yours, was the main one that you're doing, and then Rush the Bus I know is a new segment from National Fire Radio, but you've had some involvement with that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to be a part of it. National Fire Radio has really gotten that tradition and tips and tricks that they're working on the fire service, and they're really popular with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Then you have Rush the Bus, which is the same type of idea except on an EMS level, which is pretty cool. I run The Size Up, which is more about that motivation and hearing stories from people in and out of the emergency services, because like I said, you never know who you're going to inspire.
Yeah.
When you tell your story. And it's exciting for me to be able to bring other people's stories to light. Just episode 2 just dropped with AJ Fusco from Fork and Hose Company, who I know from the Cooked and Uncorked.
Yep.
Famous celebrity chef and what's it called? Guy Fieri's Grocery Games winner.
Yep.
Pal there. So he was on episode 2, and even on that, he took me by surprise when he told me more of his story about why he got into 555 before we even met, which was kind of crazy. So episode 3 will be coming out with meteorologist Amy Freeze in the next week and a half, which is another cool story. It's all I'm gonna leave it at. And then I don't know. We have to see where COVID-19 takes us. I may be doing interviews like this without a cool green screen like you have behind me. I'm gonna have what you see behind me is gonna be behind me on my wall. But it's cool to get into the podcasting game. So it's on Instagram. We're at _size_up.
Yep.
We are now on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Hopefully, maybe by week's end or next week, we'll be on Spotify.
Cool.
I really want to get on Spotify just because that's how I listen to podcasts. So I feel like it'd be cool to be on that.
It's not a hard thing to do. I'll tell you that much. I mean, in terms of publishing the podcast to Spotify, they got a pretty simple process. So you need help with that, let me know. But it's pretty easy.
It's not my job. Not my job, man. I'm just this is what they what they want me for.
You're the host, the face, the voice. That's it. The hair. Man. You got it all.
That's it. The hair. I'm just the hair. It's not even
personality.
All that stuff. It's just this end of it. That's all you get from me these days. But it's cool to see again, like seeing you do this with the FMBA and following along with you since we met at that show.
Yeah.
And watching, social media has changed in 6 years that I've been a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we had in the emergency services, we had a really bad go for a while of just negativity.
Mm-hmm.
And you're always going to have that. But what I'm seeing within the past year, and very specifically for FMBA locals, is a big uprise in the positivity. People posting what they're doing in the community, what they're doing in their departments. And I really hope through this response, who knows, you put out something and I see it, maybe I'm going to pay attention. I mean, yesterday, my department put out, don't mix certain cleaning things together, like with bleach.
Yeah.
And you're
I'm pretty sure I stole that. I think I stole it. And I posted it to the FMBA Facebook. I don't know if it was you guys. It might have been Springfield. I can't remember which local published it. Somebody did. I was like, this is really good information. We got to get it out there. I screenshotted it and then sent it out to our channels as well. And, that's at the end of the day, that's the end game, right? I mean, we're all in this together. We're one organization. We're one brotherhood. We're one family. It's, and it extends beyond the outskirts of the FMBA, right? So it's, it's the fire service, it's the first responder community, it's EMS, professionals, dispatchers. It goes across
everybody,
multiple lines, So, but at the end of, that's what it's all about. Somebody has a really good piece of content that's shareable and that gives good information, is educative and whatnot, or it's a public service announcement, whatever the case may be. That's the power of social media,
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
It's so, to me, it should be, at least I know for me, it's so appreciative when you see that. I mean, I saw you shared Thin Line Fitness's workout today or yesterday that I see, and that's another great page. He's putting out, he has a business and he charges people, but he puts out a lot of free material too, which is just awesome to see someone doing that, and being able to share things like that. That workout, I'm trying to remember what it was now because I see so much, but it was a good workout. I remember looking at it and I'm like, man, and it's funny. I have so many workouts catalogs and I'm like, this is a good workout. I'm going to do it. And then I find another one and I do that instead.
And I can't remember what drove us to share that. I want to say it was the photo or the image that really captured something in addition to.
I'm looking it up right now.
The workout that was the main driving factor behind sharing it. And a lot of the times, you said it before, Instagram is used to be very photo driven, image driven, content driven. Now, more and more there is a lot of work behind the copy aspect of it, but that's the basis of it. You see an image that really captures something or hits the right notes for you. That's gravitational.
Oh, so it was, and that's it totally. And it's the COVID-19 at home workout.
There you go.
So 19 push-ups, 19 flutter kicks, 19 squats, 19 forward lunges, 19 burpees, 19 reverse lunges. I mean, that's even a great warm-up. Run through that once and it's a good warm-up.
Right. Right.
Run through it a few times, you're going to be hurting. And then when you read the copy of it, the workout is FDAL approved. Fit dudes and ladies. Like, you get a little joke in there, like a little fitness humor, but so if you're not following Thin Line Fitness, follow them as well. They put out some good, they've been around for a decent while now. I know I've been following them.
But before you do that, download the 555 Fitness app.
Download the 555 Fitness
Right.
app for sure.
Right.
Always all those things. If you just missed out, I'm wearing it underneath today. It's a little cold in my garage, but I'll be wearing it for my workout on the 555 Fitness St. Patrick's Day shirt is officially sold out. But every March we put it out, every February. So
that's cool. Well, we tried to do a little justice with the green screen behind with the 555 logo, the shamrocks and whatnot. I thought that was pretty cool. So I tried to steal that for the show so we can put it up here and give you guys some props for it. But listen, I can't thank you guys enough for, what you're doing for our members, for our industry, for the fire service, for first responders, for emergency services personnel. We got to hit all the different things, right?
Everybody, one team.
What you guys are doing is really, it's the epitome of selflessness, right? So, your hard work, your dedication, and your sacrifice, because it truly is that. It's a sacrifice. It takes you away from so many different other things. Your family gets involved with you, which is great stuff. I mean, I can't give you guys enough credit and enough props for what you guys do. And, I hope that it continues to spread like wildfire. No pun intended, but
I've heard it before. It's okay. It's cool. And that's how it spreads, right?
Yeah.
Like it's unreal. I mean, we're going to give away our first wildland equipment grant because someone on Instagram, a place called Pulaski's and Barbells, held an online fitness competition, raised money, and we're going to give it to some wildland station somewhere.
That's awesome.
Like, I don't know anything about it. We're from New Jersey. What do we know about wildland fire? For us is the mulch is on fire.
Right.
And I fill a bucket and I walk over and put it out.
I wish you could have talked to the Civil Service Commission when they gave the promotional test and all the wildland firefighter questions were on it. I wish you could have talked to them prior to that.
Fortunate enough to be promoted the prior test to
That's
that,
good.
and I didn't have to know about the.
I did get all 10 questions right. I don't know how I did it, but.
You've studied the Pinter attack, then, I take it, huh? From what I've heard.
I don't know. I think that might have been a guess, a C. I don't know.
I did hear about that one as being interesting, but yeah, who knows? And thank you. You know what I mean? It's the easiest thing. I say that a lot, but like, it's so cool to be a part of it. And it's cool to have the FMBA, kind of support us in these types of ways. I would love nothing more than be able to give a grant to an FMBA department. And we've had a few apply, and one was really close, is an easy way I can put it. And like I said, I don't get to pick them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it was fun. And I removed myself totally from the grant process now on that end, just because I know so many people. Like, I want to keep it as fair as possible. But I didn't pick that department that was from the FMBA. Someone else did to submit. And they were so close. I was so pissed. I'm like, come on. You could do it. And I was like, the travel costs will be down. I could go and work out.
Right.
With them. But it's so cool. So please, I urge everybody to apply in June. It's going to be, we didn't mention that. It's going to be May 15th to June 15th will be the next one.
Okay.
Same thing, to $11K in equipment. So you got nothing to lose. Start to formulate your answers now.
So every FMBA local listening, watching, you gotta make sure you write those dates down. May 15th to June 15th. That application period will be open. Follow 55 Fitness on Instagram. Follow them on Facebook.
One more 555 35.
Did I say 55? That's my badge number. That's probably why. 555 Fitness. Right. Follow these guys on Instagram, Facebook. Download the app. Go to 555fitness.org. Find the workouts. Really good information. Free resources. And keep doing what you're doing, Pip. We really appreciate it. And, give your wife and kids a big hello and thank you from us for what you guys do. And enjoy the rest of your St. Patty's Day. Go listen to some Dropkick, down some Guinness.
Tonight's going to be a great night.
Car bombs.
Out in the living room. It's going to be a 4-person circle pit in my living room of us just running around.
I can't wait to see the videos on Instagram later. So I'm sure
it's going to be something else.
But thanks again for taking the time out of your day. I know you're a busy guy and you got a lot going on. Subscribe to the Size Up podcast if you haven't found it or subscribed to it already, and listen to some of the Rush the Bus episodes as well, because Pip is working hard and he's got some really good information and insight out there. So
Sweet, man. Appreciate you. You guys stay safe out there.
yeah, you too, brother.
And healthy. That's my new one. Stay safe and
Stay safe, healthy. That's right. Stay socially distant. So
yes, 6 feet.
All right, brother. Be safe out there.
Man.
Take
You
care.
too.
All right, guys, thanks for listening to another great episode of FMBA Nation, and stay tuned for some more great content to come. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also listen on the NJ FMBA YouTube channel, as well as Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and the Google Play Store. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the FMBA Nation podcast, please email us at nation@njfmba.org.